Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I'm grateful to be here, and I'm glad to be here. Can I tell you about a friend from the past? He was not a friend. He's always been a friend, but you know where you haven't talked to each other for a while, and then you come back together again? Through our good friend Nick, he happened to be with him, and he talked to him, and we connected again, and then Mark called me this last Friday. Oh, Mark Eaton is his name. You may not know him. He is a successful award-winning motivational speaker. He is an entrepreneur. He's a best-selling author. He has spoken around the world to numerous world-class businesses, government agencies, universities at every level. He's been featured in Sports Illustrated. He's been featured in Entrepreneur Magazine, Forbes.com. He's also a founder and chairman of the Standing Tall for Youth Foundation, which has serviced over 3,000 at-risk children. He is a giant of a man. Oh, by the way, did I mention he's 7'4" tall? He's more than a foot taller than I am. Did I mention that he didn't play basketball in high school? Did I mention that out of high school he went to a mechanic school? Did I mention that after 3 years of being in a mechanic school and working as a mechanic, somebody came along and saw him and said, "You should play basketball"? And he started playing for a junior college called Cypress in Southern California. He then went to UCLA, set the bench most of the time. He really didn't have a whole lot of experience until Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said to him, "Do what you do best. Do what you do best. Protect that basket." Mark Eaton went from there to become an NBA All-Star. He still holds 2 NBA records, played in the NBA for 12 seasons with the Utah Jazz. Mark Eaton helped us set up a foundation. He was with us when we set up our very first WACI as a member of our board. WACI softball tournament, it'll be our 14th one coming up. He's a man this tall, but he's a man with a big heart as well. One of the conversations that we had really got me going because we started talking about former UCLA coach John Wooden, one of the greatest coaches, as most of you know, that's ever lived. He loved to be called teacher, and he was there. He was a man without guile. And he was a man that led and influenced so many people. Why? Because his arrows were always pointing out. You know what I mean by arrows pointing out, right? It wasn't about him. It was always about the other person. You would never hear him say a negative word. And he was all about true principles of leadership. Let me share one with you. He called it everybody should have an MBA. So MBA, we're not talking about an intellectual MBA, we're talking about a mindset MBA. Mop bucket attitude. Roll up the sleeves. He had a philosophy, for example, to never leave anywhere he's gone without making it better. Even with his teams, when they traveled, they'd come into as visitors, he would tell his team, "We're not having people clean up our messes. We clean up our own messes here." And he was known to walk right into the shower with his suit and tie on if he saw a bar of soap left there and pick it up and put it away. He wouldn't say anything, just do it, because he led by example. Led servant leadership, really. He set the example. And what happened is the players embraced it then. What are we learning? How can we have an MBA in all that we do? He was somebody that really pointed the arrows out. And he was heard to say frequently, you could spend your life serving others, or you could spend it serving yourself. Your choice. What a great question to ask ourselves each day. How can I be of service to someone else today? Have a wonderful week. Be the leader. Be the leader that you're capable of becoming. And you can do that with an MBA. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.